greeting. So I'm coming into this idea I'm going to be promoting, because it's like, how do I promote the Shield Heart brand? Do I tell people about the most edgy things of it, like that celebrating Goddess V, quote unquote, or other unconventional stuff that they're not used to, like don't label anyone your higher role of authority, like the role of father or mother, because you don't need people playing that roles in your life. At least if you're a man, you know, you should be able to be more masculine. So I'm going to be focusing instead on the idea of a wife. And while that in itself can be controversial because of the feminist push for women to want freedom, freedom is contrary to women's biology. Women feel better when they're following someone. That's why they like bad boys, because the bad boys expect them to follow along with their energy. And it's not the man like desperately hoping for the woman to give him sex. So it's when that happens, it ends up where the guy follows the woman. Like the guy becomes a yes man, says yes to every like agrees with all her conversations and her goals, even if they're irrational, just so he can get sex. That's a simp. That's a yes man. It's the opposite of a bad boy. But even the bad boy is not getting a virgin woman. Even the bad boy is not. Oh, okay. What's going on here? Even the bad boy isn't. You know, even the bad boy is not. It doesn't even have a wife. Doesn't even want a wife. You know, the supposed alpha male, guys who are supposed to be the best that humanity has to offer. Great genetics, good-looking guys, and they have life together. They're in pursuit of a viable career, and these are supposed to be guys who we're supposed to celebrate and look up to. But if they're going to be either promiscuous or giving up on marriage, them, and not even being able to have a virgin wife, then that's when we know that we need to examine things. Because even if everyone doesn't have kids, we at least want the most genetically viable people to have children. And on a side note, like men, I've noticed sometimes they're into like weird. They're into these weird attractions. Like you'd think they'd be attracted to like a woman who is, wide hips, nice ass, a bigger woman who will produce like, taller, stronger sons. But some of these some of these guys they're into like thin women or shorter women. So just try to be and it may be just because they want biological diversity, whether unconsciously or consciously. That may be it. Yeah, they might. And like for what I mean by that is, I think if people really think about it, they do have a draw to other ethnic and body type qualities. Like I like women who are more endomorphic, which means shorter and wider body frame, and then with I like more melanin, so that browner skin I like, and I like, that's what I'm attracted to, like a tan woman that's non-white. So we need to start questioning things. We need to start asking why. And that I'm actually going to build a website. This is a preview to that website, little notes and tutorial ideas for what it takes to negative. Wrong turn, boys. Wrong turn. Yeah, it's dangerous. Dangerous, boys. What does it take to really be happy and excited about having a wife? Starts off with, I have to mention vulva. I have to say that, when you look at a woman and you think, and the first thing you think, instead of thinking like, oh, I want to have sex with her, the first thing you think is, would I want to give her oral sex? Then it changes the energy of how you approach women, and you become much more selective. Just like how you become much more selective where you don't want a smoking woman, you want a woman who wants to follow you along, be like a fan of yours, be in your energy, right? That's what you want, right? But what it takes to get there is, it also takes men all agreeing that, we prefer virgin women, and so that's going to require all men to be virgins as well. Like I know the feminists have good points about wanting fairness. They don't want it to be where guys get to have sex with women, but it's a taboo for women to have sex with guys. Well, the whole point of it is for the woman to play that part where the guy is the initiator and the approacher and the only one who can propose. And I'm not excluding lesbian relationships, but there has to be I would say, man in a lesbian relationship. Maybe not. Maybe people can play it off without having specific roles, but I think there's enough people in the world where they're like a half of them would rather, mostly the women and feminine people would rather follow it, and then the other half would be willing to lead. And then there's some women who are more the boss bitch executive type. Well, they may want to lead, but women need to realize that sometimes the way they spend is based on emotions. It's not based upon drawn out, stretched out, like logic, like sustainability, like legacy and the future generations of your family, and making sure that their wealth is stable. Instead, like, what do women, at least young women, do? Well, they will want money for a car and a house so they can invite whatever men they want over. They'll want money for a vacation, for drinking alcohol, or spending money on fashion, or pets, anything except saving up and getting ready for a family. Part of it's because there's this expectation that the men are going to be the providers. But if the women are making money, then they should be providing as well. And I have this theory that women should, I'm not saying they have to give over their whole bank accounts to men. But I'm saying that because it's good to have separate bank accounts in case you get divorced, and you want to make it about the children. If you have children, you want to have a nest egg for them, But the man should want to create that fund for the woman, and I also think the woman should have like an emergency saving if they divorce. The essence of what I'm trying to say is that let's be conscious of why people are hesitant to have a wife, and father for advice. You kind of follow men's input, men who really care about you and don't want to have sex with you, or if they're they don't want to have premarital intimacy. You want to be around people who you can take advice from as a woman, because there are at least sometimes, like during the month, if you're on your period or whatever, where it's just hard to be fully, to be fully logical. But let's talk more about this soon. I'm gonna say aloha for now, and also thank you for thanks for listening, and we'll talk more. But yeah, I have a new website coming out, so we can be excited about that. Okay, we'll talk more. Aloha, guys.